Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is a third part series of how to basically build an email list and do everything that's needed. So if you're not to this point and you don't have an email list, make sure you check out my previous videos where I explain exactly what you need to do. But if you have been following everything, you know that you need to subscribe to this channel. No, but really, even though you do need to subscribe to this channel, you also are at this point where you have, your email list ready. Obviously, you might not have as many as I do because I've been doing a bunch of testing and, some real ones as well. But basically, you should have something that looks kind of like this. If you go into lists, this is what it should look like. So you're in mailingboss and you have everything like that. So we're going to go right into the next step, which is how to actually send some emails and some automatic emails so that you don't have to write an email every single time, because as soon as people subscribe to your channel or to your email list, this is what is going to take you. So how do we do this? This is what we're going to get into right now, which is you have to go into campaigns. So you click on email sequence because this is what we're going to build. So click on email sequence and it's going to take you right here. Maybe your one is going to be completely empty if this is the first time that you do this. So what you're going to do is you're going to have this button right here, which is create new. So this is what your emails, like your first email, this is what it's going to look like. So what we're going to call it, for example, is, first email. Obviously, you don't want to call it first email, but since this is a tutorial, this is what is going to be called. So now you're going to be able to choose your list. So, I have a bunch of them, but we're going to do YouTube tutorial because this is what I'm creating with you. So click on this one. Maybe it's going to be called something else. Maybe you only have this one if this is the first time that you do this. So YouTube tutorial is the one that we're going to use. Then the segment, it's pretty self-explanatory. You have everything that's listed, users that have clicked on at least one link before, users that have never clicked on a link, and so on and so forth. Now, what if you just want to send out an email to everyone? What you do is you just leave it on choose, and this is what it's going to do. Now, the next one is send to only these people, so to future subscribers only. So if you don't want to send an email to everyone that's already on your email list, and you just want to send it to everyone, well, if you want to send it to everyone, you send to current and future subscribers. But if you only wanted to send it to future subscribers because it doesn't make sense, for example, you just want to change your sequence and so on, then you only want to send to future subscribers only. But we wanted to send it to everyone, so we're going to send to current and future subscribers because this is what we're going to do. Now I'm going to move my face right there because you can save and edit sequence emails. So we're going to click right here. And this is what your email is going to look like. So we called it first email, or maybe we didn't, I can't remember. But, this is what it's called. I think it is. So then what you want to do is you want to call, make a subject. If you don't have a subject, your emails would go straight to spam and you don't want to have this. So instead of that, you want to write something else. So maybe it's going to be welcome to this email list. Maybe it's something else. If this is your second email, you can write something totally different. Now, this is the actual email, and I'm not going to go into everything, but you can change a bunch of things in there. So I'm going to go and edit this and say, welcome to this email list. Click here if you want. Now you might want to have something, a bit more enticing, because if you just send something out like this, people will probably not click on your link. But this is just to show you that you can actually have a link. So you want to go down the line, because if you don't do this, you won't be able to see everything. That's just if you want to have a link. If you don't, and you just want to write text, that's awesome. But if you want to convert here, because this is where people are going to click, and you want to have a hyperlink, I'm just going to be putting in YouTube. And you click on save. So now there's a hyperlink in your text, and you can send the link. That was just a bonus for you guys, because if you're a lot of people will want to put a link in their emails. So there you go. This is a link. This could be a link to your affiliate products. This could be a link to your own products. This could be a link to your YouTube channel. It doesn't really matter. This is where you put it. So obviously make a better email than this. This is a test, so that's what's going to happen. So next, you click on done, and your email is ready. But it doesn't end there, because if you end it right there, nothing is going to happen. You'll just have everything saved up, and that's it. So what you're going to do next is you're going to go to campaigns, email sequence, and you're going to find right there your first email. So if you have your first email right there, you want to click on here, which is update, and you'll come up and have something like this. So you have your campaign name, which is first email. That was a crappy name, but you don't really care. You can put something obviously very different. So then you have an autoresponder. You can have a regular, which is just sending a broadcast email, and I'm going to do a whole video on this probably for tomorrow, but we'll see about that. Or autoresponder, which is what we're doing right now. So autoresponder, and there you have your list. It should be on the right one, but you can click if this is not the right list. You can click on the little arrow right here, and this is whatever you want to do. So then the email sequence is the sequence that you just created. So I believe it was first email. So now that you've done that, I'm going to move my face again, and you click on save and next. Once you've done that, you should have your email, and I should probably move my face again, but you should have your email right there. Welcome to this email. Click here if you want. Remember, this is the YouTube one. You can have some different stuff. You can update it, upload template, change select template, and I'm not going to go right into those, but be aware that you can do those. So once you've done that, save and next, and you should land on something that looks like this. Now, if you want to change your from name, which is people that are going to receive your email, and you want maybe to use it for your company name, maybe something different, maybe it's just going to be, whatever, you can change what people are going to receive. So you can change it right here. Reply to, this is where people are going to reply to your emails. Make sure that people are able to reply to your emails, because you want to build trust with people. And if people are not able to do that, then it's not very good. So make sure that you put in an email that, one, is legit, but two, an email that you check from time to time. So that was just a sidetrack, but you do have to put a legit email anyways. So then the next thing is very important because I struggled with this a little bit, and I'm not going to go into the details unless you want me to do a video about this. Make sure that, if you want me to do an email because you don't know how to do this, let me know in the comments, and I will be sure to make a video about this. But what you do have to do before this whole process, and I should have mentioned this at the beginning of this video, is that you actually have to have an email that is verified by mailingboss. This is not the same thing as having an email that is verified by builderall. It's, even though it's the same people, you do have to enter your email twice. So if you don't do this, you'll be doing this whole process, and they'll be telling you that you have an error. But if you're not sure if if you've done this or not, you will be very sure very soon. So the reason why you want to do this is because you want to send a from email, and if you don't have anything that looks like something like this, a real email address, then that means you have not done it. So that's the very easiest way that you can find out if you've done this right. So if you have done this, you will click on this, your sender email. So then, to is, where people see that to, to this person, but, really you just want to leave the email. Obviously you can change it, but people are going to receive to their email, so it's sent to their email. If you want to do something fancy, you can write something different, but, really sending it straight to their email is the best thing that, I find. So subject, welcome to this email list. Very simple. You can do something else, obviously. It's up to you. If you're happy with everything and you have this email address, that's the most important part, because otherwise your emails will not be sent. You click on save and next. And by the way, your emails will not be sent, but it's not a big deal. It says your form has been successfully saved. If it says something that, it will say this, but if it says something that's in yellow and it's something like there's an error or whatever, this is probably the reason why. When I first started using builderall, it took me a while to understand this, so I wanted to let you know. If you do have some issues with any of these, just send me an email, comment on my videos or whatever, or you can contact builderall's service. It's 24/7. They reply very quick. It's a very good customer support. So with that being said, let's continue on. So what time do you want to send your emails? We're not going to change this, after they subscribe. You can change this as well. After campaign open, weekday, you name it, you can do this. We're going to leave as is. And, this is the time, it says it right there, based on the time until how much this autoresponder gets sent. 0 means it will be sent immediately after event. So, if you want to send this on as soon as they enter the email, then, you can leave it on 0. If you want to send it a day after, then you put it on 1. And this is the time unit. I said day after, but it can be a minute later, an hour later, a year later. It doesn't really matter. You name it. I like to leave it a day because it makes it very simple, and that's usually what I do. But if you want to have something different, you can change it right there. So your autoresponder send hour, this is exactly the same. It's based on your time zone, so be wary of this. But same on as subscription is the best way to put it, in my opinion. But obviously, if you're time dependent and you want to do it differently, you can choose an hour, and this is up to you. So I'll just leave it like this, and send to current and future subscribers. We went that already, and it's the same thing. You can send it to current and future, or to future only I'm going to do current and future subscribers. And once you've done this, you can click on this and send an email text, because here's the thing, you don't want to, send to a million people if you have an error. So what you do is you enter your email, so contact. So you enter your email right there and you send test. This is no risk. You can do this. And this might take a little bit of time. It might be, straight away. It might take, 10 minutes or maybe even longer. Usually it's a bit less than 10 minutes on my side, but depending on a lot of different things, probably your, internet connection and so on, it may take a bit longer. Once you've done this, and you've received your email and you've checked everything, who your email, if it was the right email that it was sent from, if your name is right, if your email works, the link in it works, all these different things, if all of these work, and I'm just receiving my email right now, so this is how long it took. But you want to check everything on it. If everything is good, then you can say that it works. So once that's done, you can just save it if you just want to come back to it later, but you can also save and activate. So now your email is actually sending, and if I click down right there, it says your complaint named first email has been successfully saved and will start sending any moment. So this is, if you have people on your email list. Obviously, if you've just created it and you have nobody on your email list, it's not going to send anything. So this is basically how you do it. Well, more than basically, this is exactly how you do it. I'm going to do a future video on how to send to a broadcast email. So if you just put out a YouTube video or something like that and you want to send to your customers, you have a new product, all these things, and you want to send a broadcast email to everyone, I'm going to show you how to do this as well. But if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do so right now, because there's plenty of content like this coming out. Also with some other stuff like, building an online business, but this is how it's going to be. So with that being said, this was my video for today. I hope that you got a ton of help with this. If you did, again, make sure you subscribe to this channel, leave me a like, leave me a comment, because this helps me tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. So I'm trying to build my YouTube channel, so make sure you do that, even if it's a crappy comment. I don't really care. Make sure you do that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.